Let's go to the phone and welcome our regular contributor. It's Robin Cross of INTL FC Stone in Chicago. One of the many ag commodities we cover here is that lumber industry, and it looks like if we look at the lumber prices today, I don't know if we're watching March or May right now here, Robin. What are the traders focusing on? Are you switching to May yet? It's 40 higher.
Good morning. All the commercial players and traders are still focusing on March because that's tied with their basis trades and their cash deliveries. So industry guys still eyes on March. Technical traders and spec traders are looking at May because of the greater open interest.
Okay.
But I say greater open interest, not real convictingly. The market is really, that's kind of the bottom line of our conversation this morning is really low open interest, Marlon. That's I think the biggest detriment to lumber right now is the fact that you have 3,303 contracts in there. That's literally, looking back on history, that's the lowest open interest since we had in July 2005. So that's definitely problematic. And the reason I think that is the fear from last year. That's the constant conversation on the tip of everybody's tongue in lumber is really is the market going to do what last year? I personally think the high is in for the year that we just had on February 19th at 444.90. We're currently down $61.90 from that high to 383, which happens to be the downside objective that we set up for our listeners about, say, 3-4 weeks ago. Met that objective yesterday. The funds in the market that's been the primarily driver up and down because of low open interest, their volume has a greater impact in our market. But based on the most recent commitment of traders, the funds are basically flat now. And Random Lengths Print, that's who's responsible for our baseline cash pricing. They went from a seasonal high of 417. We're down $27 on yesterday's print to 390. And, we obviously heard cash trading much lower than that. I heard some reports down to 370 and some reports as low as 365. But, that's stuff that guys don't like publicized too much. But me, I'm always, the market's the market. That's the number one thing that I've always told my clients, that you really, I don't care what guys are taking. If that's what it takes to move cash, that's what we got to respect as the number. So, current futures right now, we're at 387 down $1.70, 389.90 in May, which is down 70 cents. So I would consider this market mixed. The biggest outside factor in here has really been all the housing reports, pending home sales, new home sales, starts and permits. Everything has been down. It's been consecutively down for several months. For example, pending home sales jumped last month. And if you read the headlines and say it's up 4.7%, but when you get into the body of the news, it's really jumping from a 17-month straight low over low, month over month. So that's really what's been going on.
All right. Robin, we may have to cut it off there and then pick up where we left off next week on our next visit here. We always look forward to all this information. Great stuff, and thanks for doing all that research for us. As always, Robin Cross is with INTL FC Stone. He's located in Chicago. And again, I'll point out, I wish I could talk to him for a couple hours, all kinds of stuff.
He's got a lot of insight to share, that's for sure.
He really does. He's very good.